1310 WIBA, Peter B. and the Breakfast Bunch here. Good-looking Tuesday morning. Steve True as WIBA Sports.
Oh, I thought you were going to say a good-looking Steve True. Well,
don't stretch it.
It's not that early, huh? You are awake.
My vision is blurred, but not quite that bad.
The cane is left at home.
Brewers took the night off to think over what has gone on the last few days.
It's almost like the last couple of years. Brewers didn't lose yesterday.
Yeah, well, after 6 in a row, you're starting to wonder if maybe the magic is gone.
Negative talk. The unsuccessful Milwaukee Brewers homestand can Philly-Montreal hockey series. Some strange things going on. Montreal's Claude Lemieux.
Claude Lemieux?
Yeah, in the name of the law.
Excuse me, there's a curl on the fin. Okay. Dueling Clouseaus. Okay.
Anyway, rather superstitious chap. He ritualistically ends every pregame warm-up by shooting a puck the length of the ice into the opponent's net. So on Friday, Philadelphia stopped the shot and fired it back at the Canadiens' net.
Whoa!
Before Sunday's game, Lemieux patiently skated in his end, while Philadelphia's substitute goalie, Chico Resch, stubbornly remained in the net, stopping teammate shots. Finally, the Flyers had to leave the ice, but before they did, they turned the net around and put it up tight against the boards. Lemieux shot the puck at it and missed. Then he tried to hit the back of the net, but his shot caromed off another puck and went wide, so finally he just smashed his stick and skated away.
The psychology of the Stanley Cup. He's liable to get a bimp on his head if he doesn't watch out.
If you spend just 1 hour a day in your car, company.
619 at Radio 1310 WIBA. Welcome to Tuesday morning with Peter B., your breakfast buddy. We have a real good day, starting off with clear skies and 42. We'll be in the mid-70s today. We went into the low 80s yesterday, 82, I believe.
Psst, Justin Russell's having a suit sale.
Hilldale.
6:30 on WMTV, Channel 15.
What's for lunch? I'll check the school lunch menus, buy it or bag it, in a few minutes on Radio 1310 WIBA. It's 6:21.
Well, I love a rainy night. I love a rainy night.
Well, that rainy night with Eddie Rabbit at Radio 1310 WIBA. Peter B. and the Breakfast Bunch here. 6:24 is our time. School lunch menus in a minute.
Instaprints. Madison's one. We want to be your printer.
The Madison School Board is hesitant to embrace Superintendent James Travis's program enhancements in his proposed 1987-88 budget. Details on WIBA News.
Going up at 6:30, and the superintendent will be here in the studio with me after 9 this morning, if you care to question him. 6:26 at Radio 1310 WIBA. I'll take calls on the birthday phone in a couple of minutes at 291-6422. Let's check on the school lunch menus. Buy it or bag it first. Madison on the main menu today. Cheese pizza and fruit medley. No relation to Phil Medley. McFarland High, pancakes or gyros on pita bread. Pancakes from McFarland Grade School. And in Wanakee, you got footlongs and pumpkin bars, boys and girls. What's wrong with those pumpkin bars? Some days, you're in a lousy mood, aren't they? There they are, all the school lunch menus. Buy it or bag it. For your Tuesday morning, I'll take birthday calls in a minute at 291-6422. 627 at WIBA Radio 1310 with Peter B. and the Breakfast Bunch.
Did you read this memo from the boss?
Wisconsin Bell.
Let's take calls on the birthday phone. 291-6422 is my number. Hi, you're in WIBA.
Hello?
Yes, birthday phone.
Thank you. This is Jeremy Crabb. I'd like to wish Dave Connors a happy birthday today.
Oh, is David a buddy of yours?
He's a neighbor.
You go to school together?
No, he's older than me a little bit.
Okay, and how old is David today?
Oh, he's still young at heart. So.
Which is how old?
I don't know.
How old does he look?
60.
60? Okay, well, happy birthday to him, whatever age he might be.
Oh.
Okay, bye-bye. Good morning. You're on the birthday phone.
Good morning. I'd like to wish Patricia Veloff a happy birthday today. This is Rosemary.
Okay, Patricia Veloff celebrating.
Oh, just to say she's in her prime.
That sounds like a side of beef when you say prime.
No.
Oh, okay. Happy birthday to her.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye. Good morning. You're on the birthday phone.
Hi, I'd like to wish my dad happy birthday.
Who's he?
David Larson.
David Larson celebrating...
47.
You think Dad is 47, huh?
Yeah, pretty sure of it, too.
I hope you're right. Happy birthday to your dad.
Okay, thank
Bye. You're welcome. Good morning. You're on the birthday phone.
Morning. I'd like to wish my granddaughter, Robin Rodell, a 20th birthday today. She's from Stoughton. And this is Grandma Jane.
Well, thanks for calling, Grandma. I hope you heard this.
I do, too. Thank you.
You're
Bye-bye.
welcome. Bye-bye. Take one more call. You're on the birthday phone with Peter B., your breakfast buddy.
Oh, I would like to wish Bobby Wan a happy birthday.
Who's that?
Bobby Wan,
Bobby Wong, celebrating birthday number.
35.
Okay, who told you that?
My dad.
Oh, he admits it, huh?
Yep.
Happy birthday to Bobby. Thanks for calling.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.
That's all the time I have for the birthday phone this morning. WIBA AdTech Temporary Services News Time is 6:30.
Good morning, I'm Bob King.
And I'm Neil Heinen, WIBA News.
The service temperature, 42 degrees. For WIBA News, I'm Bob King.
6:36 at Radio 1310. Mr. King,
Yes, sir.
happy Limerick Day.
Boy, all the ones I know, I can't tell in the air.
I was hoping you might be able to share one with me, but then again, you spent a lot of time in the Navy.
Well, you know, speaking of that, one of the officers that I served under belonged to a Limerick club.
Oh, yeah?
There were about 5 guys around the country, and they would exchange limericks. As a result, I have a list at home, or a compilation of home, probably of about 100 limericks. Again, maybe 2 we could use on the air.
Well, this is the birthday of a man who was really known for limericks, Edward Lear. He wrote the Book of Nonsense back in the 18th century.
Where was he from?
Doesn't say.
I mean, if you're going to...
There's not a lot of stuff on Edward Lear. Just that Limerick Day is observed on the birthday of one of its champions, Edward Lear. Limerick dates from the early 18th century. I wonder what year Edward was born. He wrote, there was a young poet named Lear who said, "It is just as I fear. 5 lines are enough for this kind of stuff. Make a limerick each day of the year." Happy Limerick Day.
But don't make them like that or nobody will read them.
I got one about Banco.
Oh, boy.
I know, I wrote one for him last year, and I tried to remember it last night. I think this is how it went.
All right.
There once was a newsman named Banco who was thought of as kind of a cranko. He set sail for a week, but his boat sprang a leak. What happened to Banco? He sanko.
And your limerick stanko.
Discover the power of volume.
51 at the interstate, turn into Lancaster.
WIBA time, 6:38 at Radio 1310. Steve True has WIBA Sports Brewers back in action tonight. Steve was offended that I didn't mention this is also Yogi Day.
I mean, also Yogi Day.
Yogi Berra's birthday. He's 62.
He thinks.
He's not sure. He had so many.
You know,
great
he's the guy who said,
quotations.
you know, it's tough to remember his birthday. It only comes up once a year.
or, how the heck should I know my hat size? I'm not in shape yet.
Yeah, Yog, we love you. I mean, Urban Bach's going to have Bobby Sherman on. Why can't he get the
Yogi?
Right.
Yogi's around somewhere in baseball. He's coaching for the
Houston
Mets.
Astros.
Oh, Houston. He moved.
Mm-hmm. You only take Yogi for so long. After a while, he starts to make sense, and then you figure...
You worry.
Yes. The finalist interviews have started as the University of Wisconsin gets close. And also, Peter, a family of burrowing owls has dug out a home on the 12-yard line of the Marathon, Florida high school football field, limiting spring practice.
Burrowing owls?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Right now, we're basically using 60 yards of the field and leaving the owls alone, says the high school football coach. The kids don't want anyone messing with them.
How long are you going to leave the owls there? What if they're still there next fall?
Then I think
They may have to move, huh?
the owl's in for some big trouble. They might have a team barbecue of a little different nature. Just kidding.
Owl. Oh, that makes even me nauseous. And I've eaten some disgusting things in my time. During the sportscast, I wrote a limerick for you. This is Limerick Day.
It's Yogi's birthday.
Yogi's
Just so
birthday.
happened some insignificant individual who invented a limerick was also born.
Yeah, the guy who wrote the Book of Nonsense.
Yeah.
There once was a sports guy named True,
Yes, there was.
a favorite of both me and you,
Questionable.
but he bet on a dog that ran like a hog, which explains why Steve True is blue.
Yeah.
Been to the track lately? 6:46 at WIBA, Radio 1310. Welcome to Tuesday morning with Peter B. and the Breakfast Bunch. Should be a pretty good day. Elmer will have more weather details just before 7. Looks like a pleasant day. Mid-70s for the high. We're clear and 42 right now. And the WIBA bank is growing to substantial proportions. I'll make another deposit this morning at 7:15. We could ask you to break the bank at any time. Here's the Association on Radio 1310. Windy. The Association and windy and Radio 1310 WIBA will have the Wall Street Journal report for you in a minute. 6:49 with Peter B. and the Breakfast Bunch. There's a move in store for family ties next fall. I'll tell you about it upcoming in the cheap backstage trash.
To a business person, it's smart business.
You're spending your Tuesday morning along with Peter B. and the Breakfast Bunch and Radio 1310. Clear skies and 42 degrees will be in the mid-70s today. It's 6:50.
This is the Wall Street Journal report. Inflation worries boost 07.30. This is the Wall Street Journal report.
6:52 at Radio 1310 WIBA.
Homes, an equal housing lender.
The city of Madison will have a private law firm represented in a lawsuit brought by top managers in the city unhappy with Mayor Sensenbrenner's management pay plan. Details on WIBA News.
Tell me your way in a minute on Radio 1310. Here it comes right at you. From the boulevard of broken dreams, the land of make-believe. Bit of the cheap backstage trash from Tinseltown today. Top-ranked NBC will break up its juggernaut Thursday night lineup this fall by moving Family Ties to Sunday. The move of Ties would pit the popular sitcom against the CBS hit Murder, She Wrote. And looking at movies from last week, The Secret of My Success was still number one at the box office, followed by Bruce Willis in Blind Date, then Creepshow 2, Gardens of Stone, and Hot Pursuit. And there it is, some of the cheap backstage trash from Tinseltown today. You are spending your Tuesday morning along with Peter B. and the Breakfast Bunch. WIBA News Time is 6:54. The Princell Brothers News is a presentation of Rowley Schlimgen.
Good morning. I'm Bob King, WIBA News. 42 degrees, clear skies, 2100.
Okay, the Gordon Flesh Company, 271-2100.
Peter B. and the Breakfast Bunch voted Madison's favorite morning show again on WIBA.
It is 7:11 at Radio 1310. In 4 minutes, I'll put more money in the WIBA bank. WIBA weather from Elmer Childress. Sunny and pleasant today. High in the mid-70s. East to northeast winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Becoming east to southeast by afternoon. Clear tonight, a low in the mid-40s. Partly sunny, breezy, and warmer tomorrow. Should be around 80. As of 7 o'clock, the barometer, 30.21, rising winds are northeast at 9. Humidity is 70%. Clear and up to 45 degrees at Radio 1310 WIBA. 7:12, Bob King here from the newsroom. Some of the stories coming up at 7:30 in the WIBA Morning News Edition.
Well, Peter, the Madison School Board wrestled with budget issues last night. Barbie trial. In addition, coming up on the Morning News Edition, we'll have, with your permission, plenty of news, some of which you can use if you're working on your car's transmission.
Oh, okay. That makes me curious.
If you believe that, come on.
Coming up, we'll have, with your permission, plenty of news, some of which you can use.
The meter is all right.
Yeah. He snuck a limerick in on us, disguised as news.
You didn't even know that.
No, say it again. With the proper rhythm. You read it like a news story.
Well, I had the proper meter. Coming up on the Morning News Edition, we'll have, with your permission.
Okay, pretty good.
Plenty of news, some of which you can use if you're working on your car's transmission.
Makes sense to me on Yogi Berra
who? Yogi Berra's birthday. Say that like 4 or 5 times in a row. It's like Rubber Baby Buggy Bumpers. Yogi Berra's birthday. I have got a limerick for Mr. King on this happy Limerick Day. You guys ready?
We don't have any choice.
There was a newsman. Don't interrupt.
Don't look at me. He's the one who said something.
There was a newsman named King. One-liners he liked to zing. Some thought him a schmo, but most others said no. He was known as Bob No Schmo King.
That's right, I don't.
Like that?
Sure.
Well, I'm trying hard. I'm really stretching this morning. Happy Yogi Berra's birthday. Steve True has WIBA sports headlines for Brunzell Brothers.
Yogi said in 1982 on a Steve McQueen movie, he must have made it before he died.
Always understating the obvious.
With the Brewers off, the New York Yankees closed to within a game in the American 6-2 over the Appleton Foxes.
Let's put money in the bank, Steve, and then come back with some more Yogiisms to help celebrate his birthday.
Sir, yes,
Fair
sir.
enough.
You've probably heard us say at Brunzell are in Millwork, Madison, and Verona.
WIBA time 7:16. Let's put money in the WIBA bank. $39. This jackpot is continuing from yesterday. $39. 39. $39 going in the WIBA bank this hour. Next deposit at 9:15. Happy birthday to Yogi Berra, who is 62 years old today and now in Houston. I didn't realize that, Steve, until you told me last hour. Thought he was still in New York.
It was tough for some people to figure out how he could have left New York to go to Houston, but he said, I think his only job was available.
Where's his son these days?
I don't really know.
Is he in jail?
Peter B.
What?
Yogi's kid?
I was forgetting if he was convicted of a
He was
drug
involved
charge.
when he
He's
was
involved.
with Pittsburgh as far as cocaine use, but
He's still playing somewhere, huh?
I don't really know.
He's
Somebody
straightened
can
out.
call in. I haven't
Yeah.
kept track of Dale Berra. I think he was with the Yankees last, but
He's not as quotable as Yog.
nor as good.
Hey, that's true.
See, there's a caller. Somebody will tell you, well, Dale
No,
Berra.
I don't know.
You don't really care.
I'm not sure if I want to.
He's a finalist for the AD candidate, the position at Wisconsin.
You're in WIBA. Do you have the answer?
I'm sorry, no, I don't.
Okay, what do you, maybe we can help you out then. Maybe we have the answer.
No, Peter, I was looking for somebody else on the staff, and I didn't realize that.
Oh, okay. Well, hold on.
That was a great idea on my part.
Yeah, I've answered the phone. Never know who'll be there. Someone I don't want to talk to right now. Yogi said in 1982 on his Yankee team, we have deep depth.
Not to be confused with shallow depth.
Yeah.
My favorite from the Yogi Top 10. We aren't using, of course, it's over till it's over. But after striking out on 3 bad pitches, Yogi said, how can a pitcher that wild stay in the league?
Yog always looking for an excuse. How about...
Johnny Bench?
No, I like his theory on life.
Okay.
Yogi's theory on life. You've got to be careful if you don't know where you're going because you might not get there. Good.
Thanks, Yog.
How about you want to do the Johnny Bench one?
On Johnny Bench breaking his record for career homers by a catcher, he sent him this telegram. Dear Johnny, congratulations on breaking my record. I always thought the record would stand until it was broken.
It's funny that on Yogi Berra's birthday, there should be the final episode of Hill Street Blues on TV tonight.
I want to hear you tie that in.
Hey, there is a tie. Because the title of the episode, final episode of Hill Street...
It ain't over?
Till it's over. Yeah, you got it.
I love coffee.
You will love what Madison Magazine has.
Yeah.
7:19 at Radio 1310 WIBA with Peter B. and the Breakfast Bunch. Turning out to be a pretty good day. It'll be in the mid-70s this afternoon.
Spring weather is $5,500 for your free catalog today.
7:21 at WIBA, Radio 1310. Money Minute from CBS. A presentation today of Robert W. Baird.
Do I use the W4 or the W4 penalty? I'm Ken Pruitt. Welcome to Making Sense of Making Money. Brought to you by Robert W. Baird and Company.
Will ever make. Member New York Stock Exchange.
7:23 at Radio 1310 WIBA. With Peter B., your breakfast buddy. Point of law is about a minute away, and this morning will be the case of the blocked-out builder. We've got a pretty good day coming our way, according to Elmer Childress. Clear and 45 right now, mid-70s today, up around 80 tomorrow.
Is Old Town Office Park good for business? 970 today for the rest of the story.
724 at WIBA, Radio 1310.
It's much easier to develop hindsight than it is foresight.
When Point of Law will be brought to you by the community banks.
A special committee says okay to a deal that'll bring parking spaces into the 600 block of University Avenue student condominium project. Details on WIBA News.
In the morning news edition, 1 minute from now, 7:29 with Peter B. and the Breakfast Bunch on WIBA, Radio 1310.
Jen, I'll get right to the point. I'm 271-2100.
WIBA News time is 7:30. The news being brought to you by M&I Banks, Pertsborn Plumbing, and Main Street Station.
Good morning, I'm Bob King.
And I'm Neil Heinen with the WIBA Morning News Edition. Clear in 45. Don't want to talk. Elmer Childress will talk about this beautiful Madison weather forecast in a minute when he joins Peter. WIBA News time is 7:38.
Hurry, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Station in Wanakee, where you eat the fish.
7:39 at Radio 1310 WIBA. Elmer Childress is here with the weather, a presentation of Zaire sighting. This is Limerick Day, Elmer.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
You have one for me?
Celebrating the inventor. I guess he didn't invent the limerick, but one of the great supporters of the limerick.
Uh-huh.
I've got one for you.
Okay.
There was a forecaster named Elmer.
Uh-huh.
His wife said he'd overwhelm her. She'd always swoon when he crooned a tune. The name of that song, Stormy Weather.
Hey, you're pretty good. How long did it take you to work that out?
About 2 minutes.
Oh, I see. Well, you did good in 2 minutes. I never could come up with those too well.
I'm stretching a bit today.
Yeah, well, that's
for the
good.
Rhymes.
I'm glad to. One of my May poems from yesterday might have fit that pretty good. Well, anyway, into the weather. Beautiful day today. How would you like to live in a city called Peculiar, Missouri? I've never heard of that town before.
It is rather strange.
It's in the National Weather Summary. It is. They had golf ball-sized hail and gusty winds at Peculiar, Missouri. Wow, beautiful out there, Peter. 45, sunny.
Do you want to do a chorus of stormy weather for June?
Yeah, I might do that.
Don't know why there's no sun up in the sky.
Stormy weather.
Ooh, yeah. That low note hurt.
Oh, yeah.
Talk to you at 8:35.
Okay, yes, be right
Thank
here.
you, Elmer. Elmer Childress, heard on WIBA with the weather 8 times a day. Steve Truill of WIBA Sports in a minute. Brewers back in action tonight on Radio 1310.
This is John Doremus at Madison's premier meeting place, The Edge, on the lake, at the campus.
744 WIBA, Radio 1310. Steve True with WIBA Sports on Yogi Berra's birthday. Being brought to you by Wisconsin Coffee and Business Equipment. We continue to meet the new AD candidates at the UW.
The finalist interviews have started as Wisconsin looks to find a successor to the road win over the Appleton Foxes. That's the sports.
I think we haven't used all the Yogi-isms. And being in a slump, he said, I ain't no slump, I just ain't hitting.
I think Tom Trebelhorn probably used that, and I just didn't hear the comment.
And referring to the real severe shadows in the Yankee Stadium outfield, used to get pretty bad there with the old Yankee Stadium. He said it sure gets late early out there. Thank you, Yogi.
Yes.
Happy birthday. He's 62. We'll have the Wall Street Journal report in a minute.
These days, a lot of copier companies.
Coffee and business equipment in Madison.
Robert Urich and Spencer will return. I'll have details in the Cheap Trash, as well as Roger Ebert's favorite titles from the Cannes Film Festival. The Wall Street Journal report this hour, a presentation of Shelter Mortgage at 7:50.
This is the Wall Street Journal report, commodity higher in Europe. This is the Wall Street Journal report.
Here with Peter B. and the Breakfast Bunch on Radio 1310 WIBA at 7:52. We have 45 degrees, mid-70s for the high today. I'll have Doug Lane's $50 song for you before 8 o'clock, and in a minute, some of the cheap backstage trash.
I'm WIBA Sports Director Steve True. WIBA.
Here it is. From Bullock's Department Store to beautiful Bel Air. Some of the cheap backstage trash from Tinseltown today. It appears that ABC will rehire Spencer for hire. It was learned that ABC has approved the return next season of former cast member Barbara Stock, who played Spencer's love interest Susan Silverman 2 years ago. Robert Urich had suggested she return. Apparently ABC has agreed. Combined with an order of 4 scripts, Stock's return seems to assure the low-rated show of a third season. Spencer author Robert B. Parker has been hired to write the fall premiere featuring Silverman's return. Actress Joan Collins plans to get her latest stormy marriage and messy divorce out of her system through some therapeutic dramatization. The word from the Dynasty show is that Joan's marital adventure with Peter Holm will become a plot in the TV soap opera. It's expected to give the show a badly needed ratings boost. Joan will play Joan. However, Peter will not be hired to play Peter. And from Cannes, France, Roger Ebert has a couple of favorite titles of grade B films. These are actual movies being shown there. Assault of the Killer Bimbos and Surf Nazis Must Die. There it is, some of the cheap backstage trash from Tinseltown today. WIBA time is 7:55. Doug Lane will play the $50 song this afternoon between 3 and 6. If you have not won a call-in cash contest in WIBA, you could win this one. Tommy Rowe turned 44 over the weekend. Do you remember Sweet Pea? Be the right caller. When Doug plays it, you could win $50.
Oh, sweet pea, come on, dance with me. Oh, sweet pea, won't you be my...
Oh, Sweet Pea, Tommy Rowe. That'll be Doug Lane's $50 song this afternoon. When you hear Doug play it, be the right number caller. You'll win $50. And also, as a bonus, you'll get Crazy Legs, a man in his career, the authorized biography of Elroy Hirsch, over 72 full-color pages in that book. Peter B. and the Breakfast Bunch in Radio 1310 WIBA at 7:58.
Know how confusing it's been to keep track of...
Question. Who makes the McDLT?
More money goes in the WIBA bank this morning at 9:15. That is the next deposit time for me. 9:15, I'll make a deposit in the WIBA bank. Looking like a pretty good day. 45 now, mid-70s later on today. WIBA Madison, 8 o'clock.
CBS News, this is Charles Osgood. In about an hour, and slid safely into home. Charles Osgood, CBS News.
WIBA News Time is 8:06.
Good morning. I'm Neil Heinen, WIBA News, and this newscast is brought to you by Quality Auto Painting, and the current Weather Service temperature is 48 degrees. I'm Neil Heinen, WIBA News.
Before I drag some news out of the dumpster today, Neil, I have a limerick for you, too, this being Limerick Day.
Uh-oh.
I had one for Elmer and for Steve and for King. Now for you. There once was a news guy named Neil who was a little bit of a schlemiel. He'd rather eat than cover his beat. His nickname was Neil the Meal. Well, don't care for that one, huh?
I am just so tickled that this only comes around once a year.
I just thought of that this morning, Neil. Just happened to pop into my mind.
I had a feeling that you probably didn't spend more than a couple of months working that one out.
And by the way, in Hopkinton, Rhode Island, they will continue their 200-year-old bounty on woodchuck noses. The vote was yesterday.
This is a news I refuse to use update.
Right.
The rest of the story.
They will continue to pay 15 cents for each woodchuck nose brought into town hall. Woodchucks are very upset about that.
Well, a lot of them really don't care for the smell of that town anyway, so they're they're more than happy to go around noseless.
Oh, yeah? I want to hear that from the woodchuck, not from you. In the news from the dumpster today, here's a heck of a way to start your marriage. Tough day for this couple in Nebraska. What happened to Dante Alighieri?
After the Inferno, or
the poet Dante? They're looking for him. They're looking for him right now. And here's a special on hotels in Thailand. Offering a great deal there. Though I'm not sure you want to take them up on it.
I have a feeling that that's probably the case.
I'll have details and no more limericks.
Okay.
Just before 8:30.
Partner.
8:13 at Radio 1310.
If you want at the interstate, turn into Lancaster.
Almost 8:14 at Radio 1310 WIBA. Steve True is here taking a look at sports once again. A lot of people out playing ball last night.
Softball?
Yeah, it has begun.
Hard to believe, 13,000 players or so.
Whoa, that many?
I'm playing this year.
You're kidding me?
Yeah.
For who?
Well, they have kind of new leagues. You know, they have leagues for people that are normal, then they have for the older people. And I'm in a league for people that can't run a mile. No, not like under 8 minutes, but if you
can't make it, huh?
Physically, if you're not in condition to even finish a mile while running.
But you can make it around the bases.
Right. So I'm hoping that's about my speed.
The breathless wonders.
We're looking for a left out, by the way, if you're available on Wednesday night.
Oh, I can sit on the bench.
With the best of them, huh?
You bet. I do my best on the bench.
All right. It all got started for better than 13,000 softball players. I should mention we'll have another Muskies game that'll be upcoming Monday night against the Quad Cities Angels. I think maybe we have said...
Twins. We said Twins.
Yeah, it's supposed to be the Angels.
When did they change? They used to be the Quad Cities Twins.
They were the Cubs.
The Cubs.
And they're not the Cubs, and they're...
The Quad Cities, whatever they are.
The Angels. Trust me.
You're sure?
Someone called from the Muskies. Said, get it straight, you bimbos. I said, we're bozos, not
bimbos. Come on.
They're at another station.
Donna? I was just on the phone with the Wisconsin Bell.
It happens to most people. It's the slow burn you get when you realize saving coupons from Craig's Car Center.
The Madison School Board is hesitant to embrace Superintendent James Travis's program enhancements in his proposed 1987-88 budget. Details on WIBA News.
You'll hear more at 8:30, and Dr. Travis will be here with me in the studio after 9. He'll be taking your calls for a while at 291-6422. 8:21 at Radio 1310 WIBA. Peter B. and the Breakfast Bunch keeping you company. Going to be a pretty good day. Mid-70s this afternoon. I'll have dumpster news for you before 8:30 after the Moody Blues. Your wildest dreams. Moody Blues at WIBA Radio 1310 with Peter B., your breakfast buddy. It's 8:25. I'll be giving away a couple of copies of the collector's edition of What's Brewing, the official Brewers magazine, before 9 o'clock this morning. And in a minute, news from the dumpster.
Tough case. Fluid. Nearest you.
WIBA time, 8:26. Peter B. and the Breakfast Bunch here on your good-looking Tuesday morning from the bottom of the dumpster. News that was deemed unworthy today by Mr. Heinen and Bob. News they refused to use. Just about everything that could go wrong did go wrong on Alan Peterson's and Cheryl Packett's wedding day. The string of events began when vandals ransacked the reception hall in Omaha. A 30-inch wedding cake that took Packett's sister 30 hours to make was splattered all over the room. On Saturday, the wedding party made it to the church on time, only to find the doors locked. They ended up waiting 30 minutes in the parking lot. After the ceremony, the couple was locked out of their limousine. After trying for 20 minutes to unlock the vehicle, the newlyweds hitched a ride to the reception. At the reception, there was no champagne. That arrived a half hour late as well. That was their wedding day. No word on how the honeymoon is going. What a way to start your marriage. 2 envelopes containing the remains of the 14th century Italian poet Dante Alighieri have been reported missing from the National Library in Florence, Italy. Officials can't pin it down, but they think the remains disappeared sometime during the last 50 years. They're afraid the envelopes have been mailed. Hope it doesn't arrive postage due. And the Tourist Bureau of Thailand is offering a specially wrapped summer holiday package. It includes 50% off the cost of your hotel room and a free vasectomy. So far, no takers.
Justin Russell's having a suit sale.
Justin Russell, Hilldale.
Break the WIBA bank and win cash from Radio 1310 over the next few weeks.
Next deposit this morning at 9:15.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Terry Mewson. Right now, you can help the MAC fund bug signs.
WIBA News Time is 8:30.
Good morning, I'm Bob King.
And I'm Neil Heinen, WIBA News. 48 degrees and clear skies, sunny and pleasant today, high in the mid-70s.